Field duplication. Here we have a field. It already has a lot of settings, and we need another 10 fields with similar settings. In order not to create each next field 10 times, we can configure one at a time and then duplicate it. How do we do that? Drop down list, say duplicate, and we will need to do a few things. First, in the same table you cannot have two fields with the same name, so we need to change the name. Notice that if we change the title, the name does not change. The thing is, it's been made and it's now fixed. In order to reset the name and automatically generate a new one based on the title when the field is duplicated, we do the following. We highlight it, erase it, click somewhere, and in this way we unpin it, and a new value will be generated by the code. Then remember, when we paste, we created a field sort by 10 more than the field after which we paste. And this does not happen when we duplicate. This field has 60 and this field has 60. Also, when we inserted, the sorts of the following fields increased, each by a tenth. This will not be the case when duplicating. So if we want the field to be in between, we will need to manually specify a new sort, such as 65, to put it in between them. Okay. These are the minimum steps we need to do. Click Save and there it is, our new field. A duplicated field created new does not store the values of the field from which we are duplicating. Now the next question, is it possible to duplicate the field into another placement? Of course you can. For example, one of the most frequent cases is related to prefills, which we will study a little later. For example, we have a string field here, and we need to make a filtering by that string, and we know that the field settings will be exactly the same. But we need the same field, but in the prefilter. What are we doing? We say duplicate. We say prefilter field. In this case, we probably don't change the name. We erase name here, because name must be different. Name will be generated automatically with the prefix fl. That is, we will have the string as num field in the rows part without the prefix, and the Florida string as num fields we will know are related fields. It's just that one of them is in the prefilter, and two of them are in the rows part. Okay, let's press save. And here we have a field in the prefilter. In order to make prefilter work, there are still some things you need to do. But this is in the section about prefilter, we will talk about it. Is it possible to duplicate a field in another table? Sure. We say, duplicate field, and we get a panel with the table parameter unlocked. We select the table to which we want to duplicate. We can use a search such as charts and here duplicate into the charts table. I won't do that now, but it works exactly the same way here as it does for duplication within a table. You can change the placement and name and some field parameters at once when duplicating. For example, which quite often, if a field has an action code, that is, code that executes actions in another table, I strongly recommend that you disable the action code when duplicating, so that when the field is created in a new table, it won't immediately cause some action that you weren't expecting in any way. If the table you are duplicating into already has a field with that name, there will be a message that I can't create and you will need to choose a different name. By default, the sort of the field in the new table will be the same as here. If you want to change the sort, change it immediately in this duplication panel. That's it, see you in the next videos.